How are you? My name is Bernadette Henry of Make It Fun NYC, where I make jump rope and exercise as a whole more fun and exciting for anyone looking to live a healthy and active lifestyle. I am also the creator of Jump, Jump, Journey of the Underdog Making Progress, and I'm here to help women level up in their lives, both physically, mentally, and emotionally, okay? In the wellness spectrum, okay? Because everybody is just not here to lose weight, right? And in addition to the physical weight that we have on our bodies, we have mental and emotional weights, right? That if not dealt with, guess what? We will not get rid of the physical weight, okay? So today we're going to be talking about rebuilding your life after 40. And before I do that, let me just tell you, right? Many of us have ideas. Many of us has dreams. Many of us have goals. However, at times we let our past experiences and limiting beliefs and doubts get in the way. Some of us have been through so much trauma, and trauma looks different from each person. So just because you experience this type of trauma doesn't mean that it's not traumatic, right? No matter how big or small. So whatever was traumatic to you was traumatic to you. You own it and don't make light of it just because, somebody say, oh, that ain't that bad. Because guess what? Something that I may go through may kill you, or something that you was able to go through may kill me, okay? So some of us have suffered through low self-worth as a result. Some of us have suffered with some type of detrimental habit that wasn't good for us. Some of us have been through bad relationships, and the list could go on and on and on. And as a result of these things, you deem yourself not being worthy of fulfilling your dreams and your goals. You either think, number one, that you're not worthy, or you're so consumed with other people's thoughts that it's just like, I'm gonna put a break. I'm not going to do it. But guess what? You are worthy. So before I go on, right, let me introduce myself. Hey, my name is Bernadette Henry. I am a jump rope instructor and mental health and an emotional wellness coach, helping busy moms over 40 stay fit physically, mentally, and emotionally. With over 20 years of case management experience and nonprofit work, I am passionate about supporting others in their life journeys. I am the founder of Make It Fun NYC, a lifestyle brand focused on helping you live your best life, body, mind, and spirit. My brand has been featured in national magazines and digital platforms, including the Dr. Oz Show, Advil, the Today Show, Tribeca Film Fest, Good Morning America, Pix 11, Fit Jump, First for Women magazine, Slate magazine, and so much more. Okay. You can find me teaching jump rope classes for all ages, helping busy moms stay fit physically, mentally, and emotionally, and spending time with my family, which includes my husband and my 3 sons, 2 with special needs. Okay. So that's a little bit about me. So I remember in 2000 or 2020 or 2001, I called my coworker. I said, hey, if I don't come to work, I'm dead, right? And what I did is I went home, well, I was home when I called them. I had a plan, and guess what? I put that plan into action. I put that plan into motion. But at that day, I honestly didn't want to die, right? And somehow, some way, I ended up at the hospital. And at the hospital, I drank all the chocolate. Boom. That then started my path to healing. And from there, I started, therapies and things like that. And in the midst of these things, trying to go for help, I still lived recklessly, right? So the whole point is like you go through things as a result of the things that you have been through, right? So anyway, this wasn't the direction of this, but all in all, I went through the steps that I needed to get better. And guess what? I did get better, right? So now, I really want to shift gears and talk to my women over 40 who have been through situations, right? And maybe it didn't lead you to try to commit suicide or take yourself out, but guess what? It has shifted your mindset and you thinking that you cannot do what you want to do because of this past life or these past issues that you went through and dealt with, right? So turning 40 can be a big deal. And in fact, it could be the beginning of your best decade of life. And just from research, I found that there's a lot of women that's over 40, while some are living their best life, the majority are sitting there, they're sad, they're depressed, they feel hopeless. They just feel that there's nothing for them because of A, the things they went through. Number B, letter B, they're feeling low self-worth. And number C, they just don't know where to start or have that good support system, right? So usually at 40, like I said, you're supposed to be living your best life. Usually your career is good. Usually you know what you want in life. And you have all of a sudden have this peak of confidence, right? But then you spent most of your life, right? Either catering to your husband or catering to your kids, right? Now, how many of you moms like go to the store right now to this day and it's like you feel guilty if you don't buy something for your kids? Like, put it in the comments. How many of you go shopping at the store and you feel so bad and so guilty if you don't buy anything for your kids? Like, I'm one of them, right? I will sit there and bypass everything and say, oh, no, I got to go home. I got to go to the store and I got to pick out one thing for each kid, right? It's happened. I'm sure it's happened to you. I know you're not telling me in the chat right now, but I know it's happened to you, right? And how many of you have done the same thing for your spouse? Like, you kind of put all of these people in front of yourself. But guess what? You know, it's time for you to rock out and ride out for you. You have these goals. Exactly, Nikki. You have these goals and you have these dreams that you want to accomplish, but you're so used to putting everybody first that you forget that you're a person and you're first. And in order for you to, move on and be happy and just have a good quality life, you have to put yourself first. You have to put yourself first. You have to put yourself first, right? So, it's time for you to do that, right? Not time for you to just say, oh, I need to put myself first. No, it's time for you to do it. And I know that this is going to take some mindset work, right? As a matter of fact, on Instagram, I did an interview with Mommy Morebucks who talk about mindset because some of us have gone through these different situations that kind of like our upbringing and the things that our parents did, right? We kind of tried to carry that into our lives, not realizing that times are different and that these things are not going to work for how you want to live their life, right? Like, I'm sure many of you, especially if you're over 40, some of you have the traditional life where you may have had both parents in the household. Maybe your mom didn't have to work, and didn't have to worry about the things that we deal with. So like me, I work, I have the kids, and there's more, not to say that there's less stress if you're at home, but there's just a level of stress that maybe she didn't have to deal with. But I tell you, I know being at home, it ain't easy. Okay, it ain't easy. But imagine you having to go somewhere for 8 hours plus commute. Don't commutes be draining. So anyway, you put everybody else in front of yourself, right? And a pure example, like some people want to exercise, but they don't want to exercise because, oh my God, I got to make sure the kids are fed. I got to make sure the hubby fed. Guess what? Look, hubby can know how to cook too, okay? The kids will be okay if you take a few minutes and exercise for yourself. Plus, it just keeps you sane. And this is why I always preach that 10 minutes of jump rope is equivalent to a 30-minute jog on a treadmill at 6.5 miles an hour. Because guess what? You can find 10 minutes, okay? You can find 10 minutes. Like, what you have to do is take the time and like, you have your kids' doctor's appointments, at March 27th at 2 o'clock. Guess what? You make sure you're there. So you're going to have to put yourself on the schedule like you're putting your kids, like you're putting your husband. And maybe you're not manually writing them in the schedule, but guess what? Like clockwork, okay, this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do. This is what I got to do. And this is what you have to do for yourself, okay? Your children will be fine. The man will be fine, or the lady, whoever it is, everybody will be A-okay. You come first, okay? So now, I know a lot of you are saying, how many of you have these dreams and goals that it's like you have not started, like that you want to accomplish, that you just haven't started? How many of you, right? So, it's time, right? Whatever it is, it's time for you to begin to like do things for yourself, right? So, number one, you can create accountability for yourself, right? In order to rebuild your life, you have to lean into your story, lean into your truth and the self-defeating talk, right? Because guess what? Every single thing that you've gone through affects what you're doing today. So you really have to stop running away from that story. Stop running away from that trauma. Stop running away from that pain. Until you actually confront this thing, you will not be able to move forward. You have to confront the pain because no matter how deep you bury it, guess what? Something's going to trigger it and it's always going to come up. So you have to work and deal with these things because guess what, too? Especially if it's something traumatic, that's weighing on your self worth. And when it's weighing on your self worth, even though you have these things you want to do, these goals, these dreams, you're not going to be able to do it because guess what? That weight of whatever it is that you didn't deal with is there. Okay. So you got to create accountability, take it and do the things that you have to do, right? Number two, in order to reinvent yourself, you have to become a self-learner. Like, in these days today, there are podcasts, there are magazines, there are blogs, there are YouTube videos, there's Google, there's master classes, there's all these courses that you can take online. There's so many things out here that will teach you how to, or that will educate you enough for you to learn. And not to say that anything's wrong with the traditional college degree and all that other stuff, but guess what? Like, it's so much stuff out here that if you literally study like one particular topic for like a year, you will become an expert, right? Now, get your certifications and degrees and things where necessary. But other than that, if you become a self-learner, you can do anything. Stop using it as an excuse, okay? You are no longer at mercy of the school system, okay? Learn on your own if you need to, okay? Number three, experiment. In order for you to be able to do something, in order for you to reinvent yourself, you actually have to do. You actually have to do. You have to go out there and try this and try that and try this and try that to see what's going to work for you, okay? Like, you're never going to know what you're good at or what you may like or where your passion may lie until you actually take control and until you actually do it, okay? Like, so many people I know have tried to do things and then they give up, like, it's not working, it's not working, it's not working, I'ma just give up, right? You gotta if you want to reinvent yourself, you have to experiment. You just gotta do it. Some things are gonna work out, some things are not, but it doesn't mean you should just like throw up your hands and give up. No, keep going, right? So let me just give you an example of some people that actually like reinvented themselves after 40, okay? Number one, Samuel L. Jackson. Y'all know Samuel L. Jackson. He played in a variety of movies, right? But Samuel L. Jackson, he had a drug problem, right? And even though he was doing movies and things like that throughout that time of him having this addiction, it was at the age of 46, after being drug-free for 2 years, that he got a major, major role, okay? He reinvented himself after 40. Number two, Martha Stewart. Y'all all know who Martha Stewart is, right? She worked in catering, right? And it wasn't until after 40 when she finally started writing cookbooks that her world opened, her business opened. Everything started working out fine for her. Ronald Reagan, he was an actor before he even became president, right? So I guess he wanted to do something different. He reinvented himself after 40. Jada Pinkett Smith, right? Y'all all know her as an actress. Y'all know her as a model. Matter of fact, I didn't even realize the Red Table Talk that she was like in a rock band, right? It didn't work out for her, but guess what? These are things that she wanted to do. And now, after 40, she has her Red Table Talk and whatever else she's doing. She reinvented herself. And last but not least, we have Vera Wang. She was a figure skater and a journalist, right? And now she became a designer. Before she was a designer. So after 40, she became a designer. For those of you that don't know Vera Wang, she's made designs for some of the most top A-lister celebrities. So that's who Vera Wang is. And I chose these people's names, so because they may be familiar with. right? You may be familiar with them. Now, maybe you're like, okay, these are celebrities. I don't, I'm sure they got money. Da, 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 da. No, these people actually have to work from the ground up. And just to bring it home, like me, I had to reinvent myself. So if you were here from the beginning, I told y'all, like, I tried to end it all in 2001, 2000, whatever. And I was living a reckless life. If I begin to tell y'all the stories, y'all be like, what? Right? But I had to make a change. And now, even after 40, my life has become even more better. OMG. And if any of y'all have been following me on these social media streets for a long time, I'm sure y'all can see the growth, right? So I just wanted to come and I just wanted to give y'all a few of these tips, right? So that you can begin to reinvent your life and do the things that you want to do, right? And that's all I got for y'all, right? If you have any questions, feel free to put them here. And if you're on Instagram, there is a question bubble where you can put the questions in. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, feel free to put the questions in the chat. But I know a lot of you still have goals. A lot of you have dreams. A lot of you have things that you want to accomplish, and it's nothing to it but to do it. You just got to do it, okay? You can't sit here twiddling your fingers anymore like, I don't want to do it, and making all these excuses. Guess what? You just got to get out there, and you just got to do it. So, like I said, that's all I have for you. And, if you want more direction or more accountability and accomplishing your goals, feel free to text me, text GOAL to 718-504-2192, text GOAL to 718-504-2192. Let me just put that here in the chat on Instagram, right? Text GOAL to 718-504-2192, 718 504-2192, 504-2192. So, did I put that? Okay, awesome. So, what I'm doing is I have a new app right now, right? And it's not necessarily my app, but it's an app that I'm using, and it's helping me to look at the top 7 areas of life. I may butcher them, but we have faith, family, fun, friends, finance, field, which is your job, and then I'm missing one more, right? And these are 7 critical areas of life, right? And it's like all of them work together to bring you to your optimum, physical, mental, and emotional wellness. So what this is really is something that you're going to take a comprehensive assessment, and you're going to put your goals in, and then it's going to break down your goals to daily tasks that you answer via app every single day, okay? Because a lot of times we'll sit here and we'll say, oh, I have this goal, oh, I have that goal, but instead of you looking at the little things that like make the goal, you're looking at like the big picture. So you're saying to yourself, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds in the next 6 months, right? But what are you doing every day to ensure that you're going to reach that 50 pounds in the next 6 months, right? So now this app is really going to sit there and break down that big goal into daily steps. And then throughout the course of the day, you can go in and you can say, okay, yep, I did that. Yep, I did that. Yep, I did that. And guess what? 6 months later, guess what? You will reach your goal. Alyssa, the number is actually in the caption of the video, okay? I can't chat on the StreamYard. I can't put it in the chat, but if you go back to the title of the broadcast, the number is there, 718-504-2192, 718-504-2192. Text the word goals, okay? So, I'm so excited about this thing, right? And I think that because I have personal goals, so I'm using it because I have personal goals as well, right? And in order for me to reach some of these things, right? And it really puts your goals in priority from what's more important until what's least important. And yes, all of your goals are important, but as most of you know, you cannot work on all of these things at one time. So I've already started my assessment. I've answered the 70 questions. So now just going into the rest of it so that I could finish and get my my daily task. I'm so excited about it. But you know what? I thank you so much for tuning in. Now, if you have any questions at all, feel free to contact me. Also tonight we're still on this series of rebuilding your life, and tonight I'm going to be having Kim Seabrook on, and we're going to be talking about overcoming obstacles. Okay, and then next week we're going to be talking about actually reinventing yourself with Ashley and Foucault, and on the last week of the month we'll be talking about rebuilding your life, health and wellness. Okay, so last week, if you watched, we did Latasha. She did Mommy Warbucks. We did mindset, so shifting your mindset. Like I said, this week we got Kim, overcoming obstacles. On the 17th, we got Ashley, reinventing yourself, and on the 24th, we have Naima talking about health and wellness and rebuilding your life. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you gained something from this, and I look forward to partnering with you in accomplishing your goals. I'll talk to you later. Bye.